From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for being here with us for 12 News. I'm Jess Liptzin. Well, kids, close your ears. School is almost back. But to be honest, I always thought the first day of school was fun, seeing all your friends and the new teacher. Well, today, students are starting to move in at Binghamton University, so we're headed there to start off our show this afternoon. Andrew Freed is live on campus as he's been talking with the new class of Binghamton Bearcats. Andrew, what's it like out there? And at least it's a nice day today.
You're absolutely right, Jess. You know, I'm here today is the day that students love and anticipate and parents dread. I'm here at move-in day. It's an exciting day. It's beautiful weather, like you said. And if you look around me, I mean, everyone's getting ready. The student volunteers are doing their best work to helping out. I got to talk to someone. They're very excited about the new year. And it's all around a great vibe. Everyone's really excited for the season to start. And, you know, today's only freshmen and transfers. It's going to be an even busier weekend coming up. But all around, it seems like a really exciting time. Students are really ready to get back to school, and everyone around is just ready for the school year to start. I don't know about you, but I think it's going to be a pretty good year. They're all really excited for what's to come.
Well, Andrew, you're going to be your first year not moving into college, so do you feel like you're missing out watching everyone else do it?
I definitely, you know, I would be lying if I said I didn't miss it, but I do not miss making my mother stressed out about move-in day. So this is definitely great for me to watch from another point of view.
All right, thanks, Andrew, for that live report, and good luck to the students, professors, and staff with the new school year. Now we're headed to Chemung County, where the local fire department had 2 emergencies early this morning. Just after 4 a.m., Chemung Fire was dispatched to the landfill for reports of an unknown fire. When they arrived, they saw a blaze and heavy smoke. All units went back in service just before 6 a.m. No word yet on the cause of that fire. Then, according to the department, around that time of 6 a.m. this morning, Chemung Fire was dispatched to I-86 for a car fire. You can see the pictures now, the results of that fire. Wellsburg and Waverly Fire assisted on scene. That was cleared out about an hour later. A vehicle fire on Interstate 81 in the town of Virgil brought out emergency crews Wednesday evening. The Cortland County Sheriff's Office says it happened around 6 p.m. in the northbound lanes near the 44-mile marker. The vehicle was fully engulfed in flames when officers arrived, but the occupants had safely exited before police and fire crews got to the scene. The Cortlandville Fire Department quickly put out the fire with assistance from Ron's Towing and other local responders. Russia's leader is heading into the summit, hoping to make it more than just about Ukraine. Vladimir Putin and Russian officials are floating the idea of discussing nuclear agreements and economic cooperation. But whatever Putin's game plan is, he's setting the stage with something he used before with Trump, good old flattery. CNN's Fred Plekin reports.
Russian state TV counting down the minutes to the landmark summit between President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin. After days of silence, Putin with his first public remarks, meeting his most senior officials, praising President Trump. The current American administration, he says, which is making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are of interest to all parties involved in this conflict in order to create long-term conditions for peace between our countries. But more than long-term peace talks, President Trump says he wants an immediate ceasefire as the fighting on the battlefields in Ukraine grinds on. It's Trump threatening, quote, severe consequences if the summit doesn't yield real progress towards a ceasefire. I asked a member of Russia's delegation about the U.S.'s tough talk.
So, sir, President Trump has threatened severe consequences if there's no movement towards a ceasefire. What's Russia hoping to get out of this meeting?
Well, I think dialogue is very important, and I think it's a very positive meeting for the world, because during Biden administration, no dialogue was happening. So I think it's very important to hear Russian position directly, and there's lots of misunderstandings, misinformation about the Russian position, and it's also a chance to sort of reset, if the meeting goes well, U.S.-Russia relations.
Moscow hoping for sanctions relief and lucrative business deals with the U.S. in the future, especially in the Arctic. Russians fascinated by the summit venue, Alaska, once part of Russia, till it was sold to the U.S. in the 19th century. Some Russians still bitter, feeling Alaska should be theirs. Neither in the Tsarist, nor in the Soviet, nor in the post-Soviet era have the top leaders of our country visited Alaska, a Russian state TV correspondent says in a report from Alaska. But should they not take back the land sold in 1867 by Alexander II for the colossal sum at the time of $7,200,000? But for now, many Russians hope their president will be able to take back the diplomatic initiative and persuade President Trump into laying off possible severe sanctions and tariffs. The Kremlin spokesman praising Putin's relations with the U.S. president. President Trump is demonstrating an unprecedentedly unusual approach to solving the most difficult issues, he says, which is highly praised by Moscow and President Putin personally. While both Washington and Moscow say the personal chemistry between the two leaders is good, the coming hours will show if they're strong enough to move closer to ending the fighting in Ukraine. Fred Pletkin, CNN, Moscow.
Frustration is growing in the nation's capital as more National Guard troops appear in Washington, D.C. It's part of President Donald Trump's crackdown on crime, which he says is out of control. Trump applauded daily arrests when he said, quote, "People are so happy to see our military going into D.C. and getting these thugs out," end quote. A traffic checkpoint was set up in a popular part of the city Wednesday night while outraged residents held a protest.
What is your badge? How's that work? For what part of the government do you work for?
Near the Lincoln Memorial and the Kennedy Center, where President Trump's motorcade and a lot of tourists often pass by, bulldozers uprooted a homeless encampment. Its occupants forced to move out. The president said he wants to move the homeless out of the city and give them places to stay far away from the Capitol.
That he's targeting us and persecuting us feels wrong to me.
Yeah, a place to live, for one. I won't be outside. If it takes me having to move to get a place, I'm all for it.
A National Guard official telling CNN, for now these troops will be stationed near the monuments at Metro train stops and have not been asked to deploy to high crime areas. The guardsmen could help with crowd control and could detain people if needed, the official says, but won't make arrests or carry firearms. Some of America's fast food giants are experiencing a slump in sales. Their customers are cutting back on spending because the price of dining out has increased nearly 4% over the past year. Nancy Chen looks at how fast food customers are responding.
At home, has it ever tasted like our McMuffin?
It turns out even McDonald's signature McMuffin isn't enough to draw customers in for the most important meal of the day. In earnings calls last week, the fast food giant and its rival Wendy's reported slow breakfast sales, especially among low-income diners, who they say are their core customers.
We're really talking about a fast food market, generally speaking, that is basically tanking right now.
Jonathan Mays is editor-in-chief of Restaurant Business Magazine.
Why are customers shying away from fast food breakfast?
Well, the low-income consumer in particular are concerned about the state of the economy. They've been frustrated by prices, hurt by inflation, and breakfast is just an easy thing to cut out.
But it expands beyond that.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken.
Fast casual restaurants like Chipotle and Sweetgreen also saw sales slow in the second quarter, year over year.
If you're seeing Chipotle and Sweetgreen reporting significantly negative same-store sales, that suggests to me that there are more consumers that are really sort of rethinking how often they're eating out at restaurants.
Still, Mays says a sales slump could ultimately be a win for consumers.
Now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits,
as chains are coming up with new promotions and menu items to lure in customers.
They have been introducing a record number of limited time offers. So, yeah, I mean, they're really throwing pretty much everything at the wall to see what sticks.
To save money, Mays suggests checking restaurants' apps and signing up for their free loyalty programs. He says they're always offering deals. You just need to know where to look for them. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Here's some good news for people looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage. The 30-year fixed rate now averages just under 6.6% for the week that ended Thursday. Freddie Mac says that's a low not seen since last October. This drop as borrowing rates arrives as more investors expect the Federal Reserve to trim its interest rates next month. Analysts say many would-be home buyers have been holding off on purchases due to higher mortgage rates. But industry watchers say it's too soon to say if the rate drop will reheat the real estate market. One of the country's most iconic agriculture brands says tariffs are hurting it. In an earnings call Thursday, tractor maker John Deere estimated tariffs could cost it $600 million this year. The company has already attributed $300 million worth of cost to tariffs in 2025. That helped sink the net income for the quarter. Wall Street punished the company with a nearly 7% drop in its share Thursday. Company executives say they're counting on trade deals and a more favorable tax environment to help it in the future. No one matched all the winning numbers in Wednesday's Powerball drawing, and now the jackpot has grown to an estimated $565 million. The biggest jackpot so far this year. That's more than $526 million winning ticket from California in March. The next drawing is on Saturday. The estimated cash value of the $565 million jackpot is $258.8 million. Your odds of winning are roughly 1 in 292 million. Largest Powerball jackpot ever was upwards of $2 billion in November of 2022.
And we have certainly hit the jackpot with the weather today. Will this nice weather continue into the weekend? Coming up after the break, I'll let you know about the rain risk we might see and about the cool down that's on the way. Heading on into next week.
Next Level dog people give their dogs next level protection with NexGard Plus. One and done monthly parasite protection against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. Used with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Get next level protection with NexGard Plus.
Dan can't give you the forecast.
It's a scorcher here today.
Dan can't bake you a cake. Dan can't fix your car. Dan builds decks.
When you're ready to see a deck in your backyard, give us a call. As a Trex Pro Platinum dealer, we are proud to deliver decks with the quality and finish every homeowner deserves. Ready to get started? So are we.
The Hartford Fair. It's been around since 1858, back when Pennsylvania's James Buchanan was president. And this year's Hartford Fair will be back in full swing beginning August 11th. It's a traditional country fair with award-winning farm animals and plenty of food, plus truck and tractor pulls and the ever-popular Demolition Derby. Also, Maddie and Tay's performance on the big stage will have a big impact. Part of the concert's proceeds benefit WRC in Susquehanna County. It's all at the Hartford Fair.
I'm Jonathan Lawson. If you're 50 to 75, I have an important message about security. The lock I want to talk to you about isn't the one on your door. It's a rate lock for your life insurance that guarantees that once you're insured, your rate can never go up at any time for any reason. But be careful. Many policies you see do not have one. But you can get a lifetime rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. This plan was designed for people on a fixed income, with coverage options that start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate is locked in for life. Coverage can never be canceled, and your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. See for yourself. Call for an information kit and gift. Both are free with no obligation.
Call 1-800-225-1853. That's 1-800-225-1853. Call now.
Shop Boscov's back-to-school sale for smart styles and smarter savings today. Find adorable fall sets for babies and toddlers starting at just $9.99. Boys Champion graphic tees, joggers, and hoodies, just $7.99 to $16.99. Step out in style with savings on Skechers for men's and women's. Your kids will love the sporty looks too, starting at $29.99. Plus, get 3-pack fashion bras and 5-pack panties from your favorite brands. Shop Boscov's back-to-school sale for smart styles and smarter savings.
Next ET, the end of Carrie Bradshaw. Or is it? Plus, our throwback to the Sex and the City set.
I love my job a lot.
Then, inside the bombshell new doc, breaking down The Biggest Loser. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on WBNG.
I'm Audrey Mineshny, and you can watch me weeknights on WBNG.
When the chicks take flight, sometimes the nest can feel a little empty.
It can trigger a wide range of emotions, everything from pride and joy to loneliness
and grief.
Psychologist Susan Alberts with Cleveland Clinic says when children go off to college or to a job, it's not the end of your parenting story, but the beginning of a new chapter. Instead of thinking of the nest as empty, consider it expanded.
Your love, care, guidance goes beyond the four walls of your home to their new location.
Albert says to continue staying involved in your child's life without hovering. If your student's heading off to college, follow the school's social media page or read about campus events in the newsletter.
This is going to help you to ask thoughtful questions and stay connected to understanding what's happening in their everyday life.
To cope with sad feelings, Albert says to allow yourself to name what you feel. Noticing your emotions may help you process them. And create a connection ritual, a time each day when you talk to your child or exchange text messages, maybe in between classes or before bed. She says to also focus on gains, not gaps. You may now have time for a new hobby, to learn something new, or volunteer. It's also a good time to reconnect with a partner or friends or do some traveling.
Remember that it is not just about filling your time, but finding things that give you a sense of purpose.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's one of summer's most burning questions. Just how dangerous is it to exercise outdoors during a heat wave? Karen Hua has more on to get your workout in safely in the heat.
Americans are living in places experiencing very hot temperatures this week. A challenge for many like Andrew Horowitz in New York City, still trying to get his run in.
It gets much harder and I get much slower.
Celebrity trainer Kira Stokes says that's okay. On really hot days, modify your workout. Keep it low intensity, monitor heart rate, and limit the duration.
I always say it's not the time to go out and try to run a marathon. And we talk about consistency in fitness so often that it is so key to achieving your goals, but you need to have flexibility within your consistencies.
Nearly 120,000 people visited the emergency room for heat-related illnesses in 2023, according to the latest CDC data.
People who exercise on hot days are more likely to suffer from dehydration and heat-related illnesses, according to the CDC. So here are the warning signs.
Like being in a state of confusion, fever, and being unable to drink. CBS chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook says, pay attention to indicators of dehydration.
When you wake up in the morning, you are dehydrated. You know, you haven't had any water overnight. So the first thing you should do is have a glass or two of water. What happens when you get dehydrated is that your urine becomes more and more concentrated because your kidneys are holding on to the water and it gets more and more yellow.
Horowitz says anyone exercising in these elements should plan ahead.
I bring water and maybe an electrolyte drink or something like that.
Experts also recommend exercising during the cooler parts of the day and monitoring the temperature and humidity. Karen Hua, CBS News, New York.
In Steuben County, the Office for Aging is offering free NYSEG home weatherizing kits for adults 60 and older. Even though it's still summer, winter will be here before you know it, and these kits aim to keep a home warm and energy efficient. Each kit includes an outlet and switch, door draft stoppers, window insulating film, and more. The kits are currently available. They say that supplies is limited. All morning we heard how it is going to be another day in the 80s. So we're headed outside for the full forecast as meteorologist Connor Thompson joins us live from the weather deck. Built by Dan Brown Construction with a look at your first alert weather. And Connor, it's warm weather, but it's a little bit muggy out there too.
Yeah, it is a little bit muggy out here, Jess, but I think we're making the best of it, especially, I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a family of deer right there behind me. They're enjoying this weather as well. I hope we can get out and enjoy it because we are looking at some changes here as we head on into the weekend. Let's take a look at satellite and radar. Not much really happening here. We're just looking at some nice high pressure moving on through a few high clouds as well, but we are looking quiet here. But as we head out to the wider view, you'll start noticing a few showers trying to develop over towards we'll call it the Great Lakes region. Now, overall, we're not really too concerned with these as of now, but I did add the chance to see some precipitation here as we head on into the day tomorrow, thanks to that system out in the Midwest. Again, nothing that I'm too worried about quite yet, but we are keeping a close eye on it. Temperatures right now comfortable in the 80s and upper 70s here across the region. It's going to be sunshine and warm to end the work week. We are looking at rain possible as we enter this weekend. We are looking at a cooling trend as well. We're looking at temperatures being a bit more seasonal, maybe even below average as we head on into midweek. And then we are looking at no real concerns here across the 7-day forecasting period. A really quiet stretch ahead for the southern tier. Let's take a look at future track here, or precipitation chances, excuse me. Getting ahead of myself. We are looking at isolated rain shower chances today. I bumped down the chance of rain for Sunday down to about 30%. Models are showing a drier run, which would mean more dry time for us as we head towards our Sunday afternoon. Still keeping the risk in there for a few thunderstorms to develop. Tuesday and Wednesday featuring showers as well, off and on throughout the day. Now let's take a look at future track here. We're going to notice a lot of clear skies as we head on into our Saturday morning. Again, maybe a few clouds are possible, but it's going to be relatively quiet. But as we head on into the afternoon, this is where we're going to start to notice the chances of seeing some showers develop as a weak system is going to push its way through. Could see a few rumbles of thunder. Not everyone will see the rain, though. That's important to note. We're looking at a pretty dry day for most of us. And as we head on into our Saturday evening into Sunday, we are looking again at the chances of a dry start with the chance of seeing a few showers and storms as we head on in to the afternoon period. So it is going to be a bit of an active stretch, more so than what we've seen recently, but something that we can definitely handle here as we head throughout the weekend. So it's going to be a rainy one at times. We're also going to be looking at a tropical one at times. Right now, it's not looking too bad as we head into the midnight hours, but as we fast forward into the day on Saturday, yeah, we're looking at dew points in the potential mid to upper 60s to low 70s. Know what that means? It means we're feeling more like Florida as opposed to the southern tier. So a lot of tropical moisture will be embedded within the system as it pushes through the region. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be very muggy. Hopefully you find a way to cool off. Maybe jump in a pool, have some go run through a sprinkler, just something, anything to cool off during the next couple of days. They're going to be quite hot and steamy here across the region. You can see those dew points remain as we head towards Sunday. Quickly looking at temperatures today, mid to upper 80s for those highs as we head on overnight. We are looking at those temperatures falling down only into the mid to upper 60s. It's going to be a very mild night ahead for the region. And we're looking at another hot one as we head into our Saturday with temperatures reaching into the mid 80s once again. As we take a look at that 7-day forecast, the mid 80s is going to be the theme today, tomorrow, and into Sunday. We're looking at temperatures 85 today, 86 today, 85 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday. Then we notice those temperatures cooling way down. 78 on Monday, looking at low to mid-70s with rain on Tuesday, Wednesday. Nicer as we end the upcoming week.
Connor, what happened to the deer back there? Did you scare him away? Well, thanks for the report. Now, before we head to break, here are some people we're remembering in our community today.
We are deeply honored to share the upcoming funeral details for people who made up the fabric of our incredible community.
Why choose William Attar for your car crash case? There's no fee until we win. It costs you nothing to contact us and a lot if you don't. Clients with representation, on average, get 3 times more money. Call William Attar, 444-4444.
Have a great day and stay dry.
I missed the whole broadcast.
Don't worry, you can catch up with everything on our website, WBNG.com.
You'll also find local events, newscasts on demand, around the tiers, and much more.
Visit WBNG.com.
Welcome to more.
I can't spend all day car shopping. With Matthews Pre-Owned Plus, I shop at 16 dealerships, all in one place.
Visit getmore@matthews.com.
Hey, I'm Brian Gary, and today we're talking about the biggest misconception there is about replacement windows. I'm here with Ted Coons, the project manager for Renewal by Anderson, to talk about it.
Yeah, one of the big things we hear from homeowners is, I shouldn't need to replace my windows, they're just not that old. But here's the thing, home builders put in high-end kitchens and bathrooms and low-end windows that just aren't that good. So even if your windows are only 7 to 10 years old, they may still need to be replaced.
Ted, there's so many window companies out there. What's different about your company?
Well, besides being the full-service replacement window division of Anderson, we're the company people tend to call when they're particular about their home. They don't want just any old window or any old installer.
So your standards for installers are pretty high, right?
Yeah, Brian, you can have the best window or door in the world, and if it's not installed correctly, it's going to fail. So we don't hire these jack-of-all-trades installers that do gutters and siding on the side. Our window installation teams do our windows year in, year out, and have done thousands of them.
Anytime a homeowner has to deal with multiple home improvement companies, they get stuck in the blame game.
Yeah, with other companies, if there's an issue, the manufacturer blames the installer blames the manufacturer. With us, there's no finger pointing or blaming each other. We're both the installer and the manufacturer.
Ted, is it easy for a homeowner to get a price?
Very easy. We'll come out to your house, we'll assess your current patio door or windows, then we'll give you a down-to-the-penny price quote.
Ted, that's great information. Thank you.
Before August 31st, buy one window or door and get the next one 40% off. And our financing can help make your project more affordable with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer ends August 31st. Call 607-341-4500. That's 607-341-4500.
Getting ready. 45 minutes. Doing this? 3 seconds flat. When life plays dirty, water wipes. Water wipes, world's purest wipes for sensitive skin.
Finally at noon, this year's MTV Video Music Awards now has a host, LL Cool J. This will be his first time hosting the award show by himself. The Grammy Award-winning rapper previously served as a co-host with Nicki Minaj and Jack Harlow back in 2022. LL Cool J is also nominated for a VMA in the Best Hip Hop category. The VMAs will air live from New York on Sunday, September 7th, here on CBS and MTV. Well, everyone, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend ahead. I think I might head to a Rumble Ponies game. I heard they're going to be the spicy meatballs this weekend, so you know, it's worth a visit there. And, you know, it's supposed to be some good weather as well. And everybody that's moving into Binghamton University today and all weekend long, good luck with that. And have a great school year. It's going to be an exciting one as well. That's going to do it for us here on 12 News at Noon. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always stay up to date with us on our website, WBNG.com, or our 12 News app. Have a great weekend.